introduce to you guys about ethanol. Okay guys, so ethanol we can written as CH3CH2OH or ET alcohol. And instead of we call ethanol, we also can call as green alcohol or alcohol drinking. Next, ethanol is a primary alcohol because it has two hydrogen ions attached to the carbon that consists of functional group, which is OH. Another thing is that ethanol can be produced in many sources. In this slide, we have 4 examples, which is natural, industry, transport, and diffuse. So for the first one is natural sources. So it is such like plants and microbiological process. For example, life cycle of bacteria and fungi. So for the second is industrial sources, process manufacturing product like a food beverage or metal. And for the third is diffuse sources like present in architecturing, coating, produce product of a few composition activity. And for the fourth is transport sources and produced in the exhaust. Evaporation of vehicle leads to the production of ethanol. So lastly, ethanol, for your information, is highly flammable, so we need to be careful when dealing with this chemical.
Now we move to properties. For instance, physical properties is a feature that can be measured or observed without affecting the material's identity, while chemical properties explain how its structure gives it the ability to undergo a certain chemical changes or reaction. For the physical properties, ethanol is a colorless liquid at room temperature and standard pressure. It has a characteristic sweet, fruity smell, and its density is approximately 0.789 gram per mil, making it less dense than water. Next, the boiling point is relatively low, which is 78.4 degrees Celsius, making it easier to evaporate. The melting point is negative 114.1 degrees Celsius, making it a liquid in ambient condition. Other than that, ethanol is highly soluble in water and other organic solvents. Moving on to the chemical properties, ethanol undergoes combustion since it is highly flammable and burns easily towards an ignition source, producing carbon dioxide and water as combustion product. It can also go through oxidation where it forms ethanol and further oxidized into ethanoic acid. This reaction is commonly used in organic chemistry and biochemistry. Next, ethanol can also be both weak acid and weak base. Next, ethanol can also undergo esterification where it reacts with organic acid producing water and ester. This reaction is commonly used to produce fragrance and flavors. For the last one, ethanol is a versatile solvent that can dissolve a wide range of organic and inorganic compounds. These properties contribute to its use in pharmaceutical, cosmetic, and cleaning industries.
Now, we jump to the next part, which is uses and benefit of ethanol. First, ethanol heater and fireplaces. Ethanol-based heater and fireplaces are a cleaner alternative to traditional wood-burning stove, which is emitting less indoor pollution. Particulate matter and carbon monoxide are two pollutants responsible for the bulk of the negative health impact of indoor smoke. The use of ethanol-based heater and fireplaces resulted in average reduction of 84% and 76% for particulate matter and carbon monoxide, respectively. A recent study in Nigeria concluded that switching to ethanol fuel stove has the potential to provide needed protection for women and their developing fetus. The other uses of ethanol is fuel in transportation. Ethanol is commonly blended with gasoline to produce ethane, which is 10% ethanol, and E85, which is 85% ethanol fuel, which can be used in flex fuel vehicle. Ethanol is primarily produced by renewable resources like corn, sugarcane, and other biomass, making it can reduce greenhouse gas emission compared to fossil fuels. According to the US Department of Energy, ethanol also has a higher octane rating than gasoline, which improve engine performance by increasing resistance to knocking. This allows the higher compression ratio and more efficient engine operation, potentially leading to better fuel economy and power output. The last one, ethanol is also used in hand sanitizer. Owing to its antibacterial and antifungal properties, ethanol, which is also known as ethyl alcohol, is a frequently used ingredient in hand sanitizer and medical wipes. Alcohol have an inherent antimicrobial properties that works by denaturing and coagulating protein, disrupting their cell wall and killing them. In 2020, practicing hand hygiene is also an important part of helping to stop the spread of COVID-19 because it can help to inactivate severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, which is a strain of coronavirus that causes COVID-19.
Now, we will continue with reaction of ethanol. Firstly, we have a formation of alkoxide. This reaction happens by dropping a small piece of sodium into ethanol. It reacts steadily to give off bubble of hydrogen gas and leave a colorless solution of sodium alkoxide. This chemical equation resembles the formation of alkoxide. Next reaction is esterification. Esterification is the reaction between the carboxylic acid and the primary alcohol. This reaction must be in under reflux, and the compound form has a sweet smell. This reaction needs a presence of a strong acid like concentrated sulfuric acid. Now, we will continue with the chemical equation. R group can be any of alkyl group and RCOH represent carboxylic acid. When the carboxylic acid reacts with ethanol, it will produce an ethanoic acid and the side product which is H2O. Third reaction is oxidation. In oxidation reaction, only primary and secondary alcohol can react because carbon that attached with hydroxyl group have a hydrogen atom attached into it. So, it makes the compound is unsaturated. If primary alcohol goes into oxidation reaction, it will form an aldehyde, but it must have a presence of oxidizing agents such as sodium chlorochromate and acidified in dilute sulfuric acid to form an aldehyde. When ethanol reacts with oxidizing agent that I mentioned just now, it will produce an ethanol and water. But ethanol can undergo another oxidation reaction and form an ethanoic acid.
As a closure, it comes to our knowledge that ethanol is an important compound with its broad range of applications across various industries, including beverages, healthcare, and energy. It is characteristics as solvent, fuel, disinfectant, and illustrate on how extensive it is used and the numerous benefits it confers. In beverages, for example, ethanol is the primary ingredient in alcoholic drinks, contributing to the flavor and the effects of consuming these products. In healthcare, it serves as a disinfectant and antiseptic, helping to prevent injections and to promote hygiene. Additionally, as a fuel additive, ethanol plays a huge role in reducing emission of carbon while promoting sustainable energy solutions. The significance of this presentation is to enhance our understanding of ethanol by shedding a bit light on its application in both everyday life and industrial processes. By appreciating the roles it plays, we can understand better why it is such an essential compound in our modern world and the reason it is indispensable in many aspects of our lives.